Morning everybody, it's Chris here from Serene Education with the 4 Majors Analysis Update for the 25th of March 2011. Just looking at the 4 Majors this morning on our CTC strategy template, starting with Euro against US dollar. Here's the daily time frame. You notice this pair is trading an uptrend. Trend line, nice and strong, very healthy. And price has broken a previous resistance level at 1400, and we've seen price pull back since that breakout, 50% retracement, and we saw price trading higher yesterday, but on the Asian and European session open we've seen Euro pull back slightly. Remember, EU are sitting for the second day now. There's an EU summit in play, so we got to factor that in. It's day 2 of the EU summit, and they will obviously be looking at the broader aspect of the Euro, and what's in the agenda will be made available to everybody. So we could see Euro talking about Portugal in particular, etc. That's a big problem at the moment now. I think it's something they really are looking further into. And other factors, but Euro is sitting at the moment, so you might see a bit of volatility creeping in as the institutions try and get a grasp of what the news is likely to sway the Euro, in which direction it's likely to move it. And as you can see, as we speak, Euro is falling lower, primarily because we got lower swings going into this morning's trading open. You look at a 4-hour, for example, on the close of last night and the open in the Asian markets, we didn't see any highs, and a very indecisive candle on the 4-hour, followed by 2 dojis on the other side, has set up for this pair, looking very bearish on the 4-hour going into this, the European session open. So, however, we still have an uptrend, and if price fails to break the 20-period moving average at the 14,145 mark, then we should possibly see an attempt of higher swing. Otherwise, we could see the downside being retested again. Notice the CTC on our daily, 4-hour, hourly, 30 minutes, still looking strong, but we've got lower swings, and as long as price is swinging lower, then we should be looking for possible downside movement. Price is trading just lower than the previous support area on a 30-minute time frame at around about 14,155. Lower swings going into this. It's being squeezed. Are we going to see price failing to break higher and being pushed down because of that? Keep that in mind. Our 50-minute has gone red. CTC, however, on the other side hasn't. The 5-minute has indeed gone red on the other side. So look for the 50-minute to give you the red on the other side, and then that will be a clear indication we could see further downside movement, primarily because we're trading below the 20 and 50 period moving average on a 30-minute time frame. So 50-minute got to close red on CTC to give us an entry level lower. So low entry level could possibly be the low of this candle here at 14.14. Subtract your spread. Next one we're looking at is sterling. Daily time frame. Price has pulled back after hitting 16,400. Very bearish engulfing candle 2 days prior, and we saw yesterday closing even lower. This move was initially started because of interest rates. The Bank of England decided against an interest rates change, and we also had the budget announced, which wasn't all that great. Wasn't taken all that great, and we've seen price revert back to the downside. It's trading below its 2 intermediate time frames or moving averages, 20 and the 50, and testing the uptrend at the same time. If it trades lower going into the US session, below the 50, then we should look for extensions to daily long term at 1600, because we've been there before, support on 2 prior occasions. So 1600 would once a strong resistance and then a support area, 1600 would be the next preferable target for this pair. Intraday, you can see how the price has found lower swings going into the European session open, traded sideways during the Asian market, and then we had a breakout, box breakout to the downside. Failure to rally primarily because the resistance level was in play, and I've mentioned to a number of people, don't trade against the trend, trade with the trend. And sure enough, we had a breakout. CTC is in our favor, and we should be looking for further shorting opportunities. Notice how the 50-period moving average on a 30-minute time frame is acting as a great ceiling level, pushing it lower, and the CTC is in our favor. So we just had to look for breakouts to occur. It was a resistance level, a box, you can clearly see it now. Consolidation during the latter part of the US session and into the Asian market, and then we had a breakout as a European session opened. So look for further downside movement for this pair going into the US session. Swiss franc, then the opposite, breakout just recently, a very strong support and support area at 9.93500 has seen price fall further after consolidation. So breakout, pullback, and continuation to the downside. This was short-lived, however, when we hit the 0.895 mark, and we see in the US dollar gaining strength against the Swiss franc recently, and by doing so, we had an upswing. So we had an all-time, we had a low, followed by a number of days, and then we saw a bit of consolidation. Then we saw this candle, a hammer, and since then we've had further upside movement for it. So intermediate trend on a daily time frame is up. CTC, however, long term is negative, because you can see prices trading very negative on a daily time frame. You're looking at our intraday time frames, the 30-minute in particular. You can see the low, and then we've had a higher swing, and price has gained strength on that. Okay, CTC is blue on a 30-minute, our 50-minute, and our 5-minute. So on our intraday time frames, we should be looking for further upsides on this pair. 4 hour, as we speak, you notice the pair is trading against a prior resistance level, the support, sorry. So take that into consideration. Around about the 0.914 mark at the moment. So find support above this area, look for further extensions higher. Notice we had a lower swing, so we're looking at least to this area here, roughly around the 0.920 mark. And then if we find we'll then be trading against the downtrend for the 4 hour time frame. Let me just put that into play. So there are pips to be made for this. Next pair is the yen. This is a daily time frame. There was noticeable resistance the past couple of days at the 8100 mark. And then just recently we've seen a break to the upside on European session open. Very bullish. Pair shooting straight up above that 8100 mark, which was the resistance level. So notice the swings were higher going into the session today. Very important, swing highs. And then we had a squeeze to the upside and a breakout. Now as long as price can trade higher this time frame, then we possibly could look for further extensions higher. ultimately the one we're looking at is the 81.40 mark on a 4-hour time frame as the first target. See how the 20 period moving average has been acting as a support area for this pair in the last couple of hours. Okay, so that's it for today. Hope you have a fantastic trading day. Hope you have a brilliant weekend with family and friends. Make sure please that you follow the rules of the trade setup. CTC's got to be on your favor on that particular time frame that you're trading. Make sure your money management rules fit your criteria, and most importantly, you're trading streamly.